Mike, muy buenas noches. Samantha, muy buenas noches. Q, muy buenas noches. How's everybody today? J-Boy, muy buenas noches. Saludos. Arturo, muy buenas noches. Hope everything's doing okay. Good evening, Rose. Ah, yeah, it was great. Actually, one of my, excuse me. Oh, sorry. One of my sisters in Jefita came. We had dinner. No, not dinner. Comida. Samantha, today's been a calm day. Just it's been okay, at least from the heart it's been real good. Agent Orange, buenas noches. Yeah, Rose, it was a surprise. They were here, we ate, and then they went, or I wasn't going to be able to see them. Can you guys hear me well? Thank you, Arturo. Yeah, I believe so. My last I spoke to her, she was doing well. 506 Gangsters, saludos. Ah, my pleasure, man. Is this too dark, everyone? Because they brought me this thing, but I put it pointing down. Let me know where you guys think it looks cool. I know I look dark in some spots and lighter in another, just real bright. J Room, good evening. Everything good here, bro? How's everything on your end? Okay, thank you, Arturo. Thank you. Top tier, ¿qué hubo, carnal? Muy buenas noches. H2O. Okay, I'll go through them. But yeah, I haven't had a study for that, but they do give me a whole bunch of stuff supposedly to knock me on, not to. They say not to go through them things like struggles, basically to knock me out right away. But I don't take those because, well, you guys know how I feel on getting doped up. Excuse me. The pain, regardless, is gonna be there. Top tier, thank you God, from the heart, the struggles and for example, when I used to walk and heart pain and not breathing, it's going away little by little. I still have a little problems. It's just been 3 weeks, and but like it was in the beginning, and definitely how it was before I went out there, before the procedure, it's it's well. But it's good. The pain is just it's just never gonna go away for a lot of reasons. The primary one is I gotta go through chemo and see if that goes away to somewhat, but all the fractures that I got in and the bullets I have, it's just gonna always be there. I did. She's she's good. Thank you, God. Yeah, agent. I will look into it, see if it says something about it specifically. Let me know how I can from here. Mike. They, I have a whole thing of them. I haven't taken one of them. Yeah, definitely slowly but surely. Julio, saludos. Hope you're having a great weekend. Sunday. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, yeah, that's one way to look at it, I guess. William, thank you. Yeah, definitely. I am feeling better, and like I said, little by little, it's getting better. Believe me, because I still have to put the oxygen machine. Like for example, today when we went out to eat, you know, we did it. You could say here at the ranch, right? We did comida, did everything 2.5 hours, and afterwards I needed a couple hours of the machine and something for paint, but it's better than actually almost ending up wherever I was forcing myself. Top tier. I actually heard that. I haven't verified it, top tier, but I heard that AAA, buenas noches, my boy. I send you a message right now. They're gonna try to get that done tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I would never do that, man. That's I would never do that. Thank you, H and Orange. James, muy buenas noches, brother. Great to see you. Everything's moving forward. Thank you, God. Everything moving forward. I got one more week and we're gonna do some testing and I'm starting to get sick because of that stupid radiation pill, so I'm hoping heart's strong enough to start chemo. Yeah, William, I agree. Kevin, good night. Today's been a blessed day, I gotta say. Thank you for asking. But families can go back to Cali, so well, some go, some come, and I got to sit down and eat with moms and sister. My sister I had not seen since for a long time. José, muy buenas noches. Saludos, respetos. Thank you for that, Jose. I highly appreciate it. Thank you, Triple A. Yeah, I think so. My niece is real good at that over there. They should not, well, they should not sit on things for that long. The minute you get it covered over here, it should land over there. Gracias, Jose. Again, I respect it. I highly appreciate that too. William, there's a despapayo there, and at the end it's all lies. I tell you guys that you're gonna hear through news, through especially YouTube, what they want you to hear. And it's not facts. Even in Cali. And I'm not saying this like take my word for it. Nah, don't. Definitely Jose, they are. Prayers are. Kevin, actually, I finished that treatment and well, now that they were doing the heart thing in Guadalajara, they did tests and came out cool. I go back on the 18th to a specialist and hopefully it's been maintaining cool. It is. It is. I'm gonna put it to you guys like this, right? Again, don't take my word for it, right? But from the gate, there's comadres, straight up, right? That they're getting on them cuernos, knowing how things are, politicking against the next man. trying to pull some false information out there, right? Throw the bolita, on the next individual, and they know they're gonna probably do a little bit, trying to clear up. They'll get out, and at the same time, I said it in what I said, right, and I stand by that. It's a promise that they didn't see it through. It happens, but he covered it. It is why you're seeing like nothing right now, right? But again, there is politicking involved. Yeah, I agree, William. Yeah, it's sad. Let's sorry I say it like this. They're treating our gente like cattle. Yeah, Kevin. I think more so is I honestly think is you guys' prayer, medication. Besides that, the heart one, and then the head, the one that's preventing for me to get another attack, waiting on the surgery, that radiation, pain pills. It's real rare I take them. Sleep pills, they give me a whole bunch. I don't take them. I just take once in a while. I take that it's like kind of like steroids, to help me move around through the pain. Chapulin, I know a couple. I know a couple. I knew one with a real funny bigote, top tier, but he had movement in TJ. He got smoked. What year did we hear about it? It was 2010, I believe. Yeah, Jose, that's all it is. Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's allegedly. I don't say that word because, well, you guys know. Octavio, great to see you. Buenas noches. I hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you and family are well, brother. Gracias. Raymond Cubo. Jerry, saludos. Great to see you. Yeah, I knew one. He always went by Chapulin, Chaplin. Um, we knew he was from Tijuas, but they never refer him as Tijuas. They refer a couple other guys as Tijuas. There was one Flaco Tijuas, and actually made a couple. Pelon, definitely Kevin, definitely. All them procedures they've been doing they've been helping. Much as I hate, but I should not hate it. They saved me a few times already, right? Yeah, I think we are speaking about the same one. He got he got the smoke right after 2010. top tier. Thank you, Arturo. Yeah, you know, and everyone, have you guys seen? And I know a lot of people don't like me to speak on. You know, I walk with the man upstairs. So, have you actually seen not just on how things play out, how the man upstairs has been maintaining with me? Just, I mean, if we don't pay attention to the procedures, the events, right? I've been at the line like this with cancers for what now? With the head, pending on a string from receiving another attack and bouncing. I have no filter no more. It's going to slam me straight. The way my heart thing played out. But just in this alone, everyone, you guys are going to probably think I'm dumb, right? All my tattoos, they cost me. We're not even going to speak on what or how or nothing, right? They hurt. For example, they tell me, Robert, we're gonna do open heart surgery from here all the way to the stomach. My mind goes there, like, man, what I suffer from my tat. And then they're supposed to go from right here to back, like right here, for my head surgery. They haven't done it. And because the tats I have in the head, the ones I got these on the street, but the ones in the back of the head is culture, and I got them on the street. I mean, if it comes down to it, let's boogie, right? But man, so far they've been helping to say the least, right? Without having to open me up straight. John, real hard, real hard. I was already in the shoe when they were doing that. Then moves to a different state, to different prison. You literally had to be a square or a Winnie boy kissing up, no write ups, nothing to be able to go out of state. It was only for level threes too. People that didn't have that much time. Level threes and level twos, I believe. Exactly, Roses. And it's not only how he's been keeping me alive. You guys seen every procedure. For example, I sent you guys the paperwork on my heart. What they told me when I got there. The three attacks I received back to back. How my whole heart was shattered. No buts or ifs. I was supposed to get opened up, and seeing if they could do something. You could say, let's just say it was me, right? I couldn't resist. It went from one day almost receiving another one that was going to take me out to every day, to two, three times a day, where the doctors had to decide and basically came and bring me papers to sign and say, if you sign off, we could go in, basically do the surgery blindly. It's a lot more risky, but, and you guys know me, I said from the gate, let's do this, let's boogie. Pimpin, muy buenas noches, saludos. Yeah, Arturo, I know it sounds dumb, to everyone. And in reality, there ain't nothing but a stage in my life. It's just the border, yeah. I don't see no why anybody should tell you anything for that. Kevin, yeah, I agree with that 100%. William, yeah, but it's great. Like today's, I'll tell you guys my plans today. My plans were to basically be home, get things organized because there's something big coming, and just read, be home. Next, family. They brought family. I thought I wasn't going to see. We ate together, got to see after a long time, and you know, house been good. So everything's everything's good right now. Thank you, God. Oh, he did one. Aztec tattoos is tricky. Stay away from shields. Stay away from stay away from Toltec, from Mexica, or as people know it, Aztec. Stay away from statues like stones. Like no, you can't see it, but like stones. There's certain stones that have meaning. I don't want to put too much on that because, well, you guys know how the squat works inside. Just stay away from Tolteca and Mexica. You know how he has them. Wish someone would go view body. Oh, that must have been different. Real respectful, huh? H and Orange. Yeah, pimping. I want to guide you guys to something, right? I don't even know what you're speaking, but just going off personal experience, right? I seen a different one where he's basically stating Mula and Fox are speaking ill about evil, right? Well, that's what he tried to guide everybody to believe. But I encourage everyone go watch my uh, video, right? Because I personally was there in conversation with Mike, and I'll tell you what he was doing in Chiques, right? He was really putting homies on the list because he was saying that was his territory when he was stepping on Evil's toes straight up. It is why he's on the shelf right now. And basically, he was putting homies on the cross to he would get paid and they would have to pay Evil. And either or, and if we were loyal to Evil, he was crossing them up. Believe me, good camaradas. We're talking about camaradas that did 30 years, got out, good, kept pushing on the streets, and just cause he felt Oxnard, even though that's Evil's literally area, right? Per se, he didn't care. He felt Evil was in Mexico. He wasn't a factor no more. And only when he was sending Ubers, right? Oh, a big one, William, especially on that family. Jojo, saludos, sangre mexica, respeto. Man, I'm slow at this. Oh, they'll answer up for them shills, William. I don't know him in person, but I heard of him. Earth? Think so. I know him by first name, but it's too many eyes right here, Tommy. Saludos first and foremost. Sorry. Yeah, I actually attended a few because up there in Santa Rosa, there's a lot of it. Mike, I agree with you. Sometimes for $10 out of your canteen, believe me, Big Manning. Buenas noches, saludos. Linwood. Oh, Kevin, you're hitting a chord, but it's been a while. I used to love that, Mixto, but it's been a while, a real while, 2 and something and a half years ever since all this started. Pimping, he was evil. People, I, he was doing dirty stuff, no questions of. But when it came to standings, like I said before, everybody tried to smoke him up. If you guys pay attention, they're in that shelf already. Just because he's gone, it didn't have nothing to do with them. It was just power struggling to step on his toes. Yeah, I actually ran a. I should do something on that. William V, great to see you. Blessings, how you been today? And just to touch in a rumor, the times I was there with Mula, when it came to F from South Los and Evil, they were like this. That includes Mula. So they could put this recording, put a narrative, but again, I was sitting there in person. I've been good, B. Thank you, God. Today was it's a blessed day. I gotta, it's just one more thing to say I don't deserve, but my mom's been down here for a while and I couldn't go, basically because of the blocks. Well, she came. We had comida in the afternoon with a sister and I seen one of my older sisters I had not seen in a long time, and came ate. Family took her out. She's back safe where she's at, and she's gonna go back to Cali. So it's a blessing, Again, blessings I don't deserve, but God is great. How was your day? Big banging. Is Young Crowd in Linwood? Excuse me, cause I heard. Well, it's in Linwood, correct? Oh, Pimpin, he's going back after. He's going back. He's gonna take a while though, believe me. He's coming back to California. Yeah, believe me, he cost a lot of losses, but eventually he'll end up back. Exactly, Jojo. Had has a plan. Thank you, B. Health wise, I've been I've been feeling stronger. Yeah, I got the second part, Kevin. I got the second part coming. I want to talk about a homie Largo though from Young Crowd. Thank you, William. Big Banning, thank you. Exactly, Kevin. Like nothing ever happened. Yeah, William, just verifying because well, I met a couple camaradas that were with us in the shoe that were from there. Nah, Jojo, I don't think he would ever. Yeah, William. Yeah, it's not that, it's like, gonna give you an example, William. You know, all that, for example, you know how homies that came from a level one, level two, that caught a shoe, right? When there was the concrete yards, I noticed it. They come in the shoe and they get, for example, I would come from level two and I would shake visors and be like, hey, mucho gusto, homie. I'm C from Santa Rosa, PSC, Apple Valley Gang, all that set tripping from the gate, right? And when you're in a level 4 180, it ain't really about that no more. It's it's more like, ¿qué huele, homie? Muy buenos, mucho gusto. I'm C, Santa Rosa. That's it. I met your homie from usually how your neighborhood even comes up, right? Is, oh, I met your homie over there. He's, what neighborhood you from? And then you go further. But other than that, it was a sign of, hey, you game banging on me or what? Miss me with it. It has no meaning right here. But yeah, these homies, I know, cause they will literally stay there. Young crowd. Yeah, I need to, Rose. I really need to, but now I go ahead. It's like I go on personal experience to the way I remember it, to things happening, tell you guys. And the one thing I want to share with everybody, everything I share with you, a lot of people say, "Oh, how you remember it?" Because I was personally involved, and at that time, I was slamming. It's all I had. And I had to literally, for example, if something was like this, an issue, I had to dissect every angle to try to cover every angle. So of course, they stuck to me, even if it meant just, even if it was, for example, to get a pedazo to a next yard or the feria for it. I still had a lot of strings when it came back there in the shoe, right? Hmm. Uh, I would say so. He was. I'll just say. He was real hungry when it came on the street and not sharing food inside. Big man, if you get it. I got something on that too. I've been wanting to touch on that. I actually wrote that one down. Exactly, William. You know what I'm talking about. It was more so what area you're from, the neighborhood part. You're a homie. Let me see your papiros. Everything clears out there. Hey, ahí te va. What you got coming as a camarada. And other than that, all the rest, it was personal or amongst your homies, right? Samantha, man, she must be like, what? This cat again? Angel will actually have a something on Champulin, but it came from Raul from Corona, right? But I tried to put it together, and I don't know, for some reason, as I was doing it, it came from Raul. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I lived through it, or and even if it was just through kites and stuff. But I do want to put something together out of respect for Raul. You know, I agree with that, Rose, 100%. Jojo, tell your daughter I said hi. Yeah, Big Banning. You get what I'm trying to say. I'll touch on it. Just let me. It happened way before his his incident, right? But just to give you an idea how he was, right? Kevin. Yep, I was with them in the same pot. Um, Corcoran, the validated side B yard. He's actually the one I speak on. That when they clip Wino, that he had somebody move on south from Torres. That was him. He did Wino's dirty work. California, great to see you. Muy buenas noches. Thank you, Samantha. I also want to let everybody know I'll check messages right now. Do excuse again. I had to get that so that I could be more in touch like I like to. Darlene, muy buenas noches. Great to see you. You too. I hope your week's great. It don't look like I want to go out. I gotta see what I can make here. Because the family wanted me to go eat at the main house. But it's a big old storm outside, so I don't know. Probably just fruit. Agent Orange S1, I don't know if he's busy. I won't check on him right now. I haven't seen Luis in a minute. I hope he's alright too. The homie from Saulos. Yeah, Kevin. Well, you know, after that, him and Mitchell from Tortilla Flats, he seen that that appeal got passed around. That Wino was not to be considered camarada no more from the fellows, and he walked off the tier with them to Mitchell and Coyote. OC 1914. Buenas noches. Thank you, carnal. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Let's say 2 weeks ago, or even last week. P.O. Saludos. Never too late. He's gonna maintain, William. He's gonna maintain, and it really has nothing to do with Snuffy. I'll take that back, right? He has the people when it comes to this side, right? But it has to do with his faithful homeboy on this side too. Believe me, he'll maintain. He has that. You could say that that pipeline open, right? That it's gonna help him maintain through or navigate through things. Prime time, great to see you. Yeah, thank you, God. I'm feeling better, bro. But it's part of the sub y baja, right? Part time. For example, if well, I go on the sixth, right, which is what Wednesday, right? And if my heart's strong enough, then I'll start hitting that chemo again. I don't know if you call them top dogs, right? But out of them ones you mentioned, there's no comparison. The Ayalas will they're too far from them other two individuals. Po, yeah, Rose. I actually I've been able to a little bit, not like I like to, but believe me, I have. I just push myself, and well, I take Agent Orange breathing machine. If I take it with me, I could go further, but most of the time it's like I use it at night, right? So I go real early, so I gotta reorganize myself, I guess. B, you're checking out. Thank you. I hope you rest well. Please say hello to your mom for me. Blessed, great weekend ahead. I mean, week, excuse me. Thank you for giving me some time tonight. They killed him, William. The main one when it came to wild hogs. This time they hit the ranch. They kind of left one of the messages, why they had came in. Really, I don't want to get into it. You guys know why, but they killed my boxer. He was the youngest one too, and but it was just a statement. The Martin, I seen Gabe send me an email about that. Gabe Morales, and I want to get started. Just I want to get started literally like ASAP on that, but I haven't started. No, with stranger, no. Stranger, whenever his name came up, to be sincere, it was when it came to them cats from Sangra and them protecting Perro or Mad Dog Pepe from Sangra that was there that night, and Stomps. Their names only came up when it was protecting that cat, and I've taken out character, Stranger. Other than that, you know, the drama with Chewie and stuff. Yeah, AAA over here is a huge storm. I don't recall him. One way, disculpa. Buenas noches. Yeah, yeah. Part time. They made sure they out of the 200 plus acres in the ranch. The only thing they went out the way to do is take my dog was one of them boxers, right? And huge, but he was so noble when it came to people. He hated other animals, but when it came to people, so they made sure they did it, and right in front of the house where I was at. Again, it was just one of the messages. Yeah, Kevin, he was when I hit back there. He was already there. He had been validated for a while already. He had a cool stilo, but then after that, him, Mitchell from Compton, Baby Paya, a few they started doing that yellow, back there, and they're really going through it. They're on a good one. The Martin, my spiritual mother actually told me about that like 2 days. I'm looking into it, with S1 and Gates offer to help me just show my respects to him and which be an honor. Yo man, I did I won't put their names, but I met 3 4. I would actually touch on that. It's kind of a good story. And you know how squat works. They hit the back under suspicion for working for the fellas, and the main fellow said, "Chales, get him." Without touching it. Yeah, I am PO. Real good. HK40. Thank you. Yeah. Again, there's something big coming out. I'll let you guys know once it happens. I hope you guys understand with Well, I hope you guys understand, with these cats, I know they're not only certain individuals are on here to get ideas, but there's certain cats trying to figure out pinpoint, right? Yeah, yeah. Again, back then the shoe, you never know what goes through a camarada's mind, but a big factor I think was that yellow. Yep, H&O. OBS, saludos. Great to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. Oh, Samantha's, I came since a child. I seen it with my grandpa and dad, and it was something I was used to. Then through friends, family members, I seen exactly what it was from a young age. You know, I was part of the problem because I always liked the money it made, but other than that, I knew what brought, so I stayed away from it. My respect. Martin, great to see you. Muy buenas noches, carnal. Gracias. Ah, main lines. Unfortunately, I'm not. I wasn't on that many to really get to know him. Right. I seen him in Ironwood, but when it comes to like Pinta shoe wise, it was between Corcoran and the Bay. Salinas 180. The minute I got off the bus, you knew they were on your back. But I gotta give it to Corcoran. Definitely, I'll say Corcoran shoe. Yeah, part time. I wanna wait a little bit, but hope maybe in the future. I agree with that, OBS. Coco Roco, saludos. Big time, Pio. Big time. Hmm. I know Rascal. Yeah, he's still wiggling. From Payaso, I haven't heard you know, something negative has happened to him, so I'm pretty sure he's still there. OC19, remember they played that part? Look up, don't look at me or you're gonna get stomped. Then they start all these threats. It was a trip. It, I don't know if you ever were up in the bay, the difference of how the shoes work. Yeah, he still is. P.O. I got there from Tayachi Bishu and I was like, man, these dudes. But if you were in Corcoran Shoe, you knew they once in a while pull somebody out from to supposedly medical or something. They will get stomped in. They try to stay away from camaradas and norteños, right? Because they knew it was going to go up, but they still did it. It is now, Pio, but you know that guy before Muno on that channel, he used to tell it from the gate. Them cats used to like, I'll just say frijoles, right? But now, well, as far as I know the system, yeah, it's against the rules, big time. 48 state truckers, yeah, they were still like that even when I got up there. Nah, I agree with you. Kevin, out of all the pintas, you guys are gonna probably say, "Oh, como enfada with Ironwood," but they had different, right? Here or there, and they changed it up, and the food was good. Corcoran, Tehachapi, you already knew the program. Always Tuesday, this Wednesday, it was, what is it, coffee cake, you know? Friday was SOS, Sunday was Grand Slam. You already know what was coming. Yeah, it never really changed. It was good, but it just after a year, 2 years, 3 years, it was like, so I gotta give it to Ironwood. They always change the menu. Oh, see, I think it's unreachable. Right now he's on the other side. I couldn't really tell you how it works on that side, but even on that side, I really hope they do. I know I walk with God, guys, but that cat has no forgiveness. I mean, forgive me, everyone. And I should not even speak on that. It's not my place, to even say he don't. Right, H and Orange? Because there's still a whole bunch that you could tell. Yeah, William. Remember that coffee cake? I don't know why nobody liked it. And I did it with the oats, a little bit of milk, and it was good. Guate, he was a politicker. I have more personal experience with Wino and Cherillo. But you're gonna say that I'm dumb, Doreen, but I gotta say Taco Bell. I know it's something simple, but man, I grew up on that, and all of a sudden just boop. And my respects to whoever got him H and Orange. And again, I know I shouldn't say it, but when it comes to kids or women, to be sincere, them cats, a lot of people say they're crazy, they're sick. Nah, they're not. They're weak. You know? No, Pio, they were an image of their carnal wine. I mean, cuate, just in a. They were more snakes, I'll be honest. Because Wine and Chirillo, they were big time politicers. They thought they were level 10, 12 above everybody, right? Including the M. But they were more sneaky on doing things. Guate was straight out front with things. Start politicking and trying to hit his own members. And Wine and Chirillo, they play that he ha ha and try to backstab. Yeah, I like In and Out. Don't get me wrong. I just grew up on Taco Bell. I miss. No, remember? Well, I don't think I done it here, but before they clipped him, there was this NF member, right? Um, Boo from Sanho. I'm not gonna. That dude has size, but up here he wasn't too much. But when it came to legs, he was a professional kickboxer, right? That fool had, and they opened up the doors on wine on another pili, right? I don't want to say, and they were out there with with Boo, right, from San Jose. It only took 2 minutes. I think the towers barely. Afu knocked them out like this. And when it came to Wino, once he was out, he hit him again. It's like he came back and he took off. But yeah, he quickly put hands on them. I'll say he made him run. Pio, oh yeah, 10 times worse. Now there's different players. Popboy Chicken's actually out here, Agent Orange. Taco Bell for some reason it just ain't out here. Man, believe me, William, I'll say it like this. That fool's lucky. His jefita was had a lot of strings and it was all directed back to Artie. And it was his jefita that saved him. I'll just leave it at that. But I'll tell you something about I was there. Hey, it's 100% true. I read the paperwork. Oh, I haven't seen that, Kevin. But he should have. He should have. Triple A, I heard that. Well, that was the thing about Ironwood, that it was mostly old raza, right? So they always changed it, but it was always like kind of like Mexican food. It was real rare for them to give hot dogs or hamburgers or things like that. It's always like chicken fajitas, roast beef somehow cooked pretty good. OBS, thank you. I hope you rest well. I appreciate your time. Muy buenas noches. Danny boy. I don't know too much one way about him, but I think oh, I don't know too much. I'll just leave it at that. I have an idea, but my idea shouldn't be a factor on you, right? Yeah, in the feds, hands down. Kevin, state, it's either Tablas, Sleepy, the Ayalas, but they're already headed out to the feds. But there's one in the shadows you guys know real well, but a lot of people has told me we haven't really heard from him. I'm not gonna say that, but let me just say I actually am aware of a lot of movement he's doing right now, and man, he has a lot of reach. And I'll just say it like this, right? Well, no, you guys know I don't like to guide Federico's, right? But you guys know him pretty good. I'll just say he's from the Nela area. Angel, muy buenas noches. Gracias igualmente. I send my saludos, regards. He's definitely up there, but where he's at, there's way bigger players. Here's the thing, people have asked me which one do I think are stronger, right? There's just no comparison when it comes to Fed and State. I'll tell you, there's Spilis in the Fed making what almost a whole area or mesa of the states making altogether. Gabriel, muy buenas noches, saludos. Perico, just I was there and run into him, so I just heard from him. I actually thought you were gonna talk about Perico from Primera. I was like, man, you read my mind. 'Cause I want to be touching on something on him from, well, you guys will see. But just heard of, sorry, Jay. Yeah, that's what happens in Baja. The Maretes, Agent Orange, it costs, that's what they're about. They're trash, you know. I know you guys probably think it's something personal. It is against them, but facts are facts too, you know. Joe, Joe man, saludos. First and foremost, the person that says there's a commission right now in the state, tell him to sell that somewhere else. He's lying. He's making it up. The commission only exists in the feds. State has a mesa system, and yeah, Sleepy's one of them on the mesa as Güero Caballo, and there's I knew two others that one's not in the state, the other one's not with us no more, but they always talk about there's a commission in the state. That's lies. The other two, if they really knew about the mesa, they wouldn't speak the obvious when it came to Güero Caballo, right? For one, they're dead wrong on him. They just know what's out there, right? Or why haven't they said the other two individuals? Because it's BS. 100% PO. That's already done. I actually, well, I won't say that either, but the other day I got hot on something, I'll just leave it at that, on Joker. And I was going to touch on it actually here, right? But it was too obvious, right? I was going to link back to, and I didn't want to do it, you know? I didn't do it, and I'm not going to do it because I'm not on here to benefit the Federicos, and definitely I ain't out here to keep helping these cats hurt camaradas, right? Even though camaradas think whatever, but it's not why I'm out here. You guys know that. Kevin, he has power. Like, when I say tecato, that's the biggest definition right there. He has power as far as he can see, his nose hairs, right? Which is his backyard and where he's at in the state. Other than that, he's happy, He's a straight junkie, I'll be honest with you. He's just, there's tecatos and there's dope fiends. This is definitely a dope fiend. I heard that H and Orange. I heard that. I heard they got to make some more room because they're slamming them all down. One way, yeah, yeah. Stranger, Woody. You know about Woody from Quiet Village too, right? And what ended up happening to him again is, I wish I'd have been involved to some degree in it to give you exactly right and not just go off hearsay. Stretch. I met a couple stretches from avenues, but I don't know what clique they were from again. It was just something we didn't really put out there. I knew they were from avenues though. I met one in Ironwood and I met one in Corcoran Shoe. Which one right now would be like my age, in between 40s and 50s, and the other one I met, he was older, about yeah, about 10 years older than us. um, I don't think so, Pio. Joker, he might be whatever he is. One of the things he is, he's a fanatic on what he's doing. Right? Not gonna say it's correct what he does, but basically you don't question it. In Spanish, basically, if you on it, you clean it. That's his philosophy. Okay. Yeah, the son. I don't know if they were son or dad. They were both straight. So Harvey. I was with the younger one in Corcoran Shoe. James, thank you. It means a lot. I mean, look at me. Prayers, they have reached. I don't know if. I don't know if he will. I'll be honest with you guys. His power came from Artie, Kevin. Straight up, because he just happened to land Artie's workers connection, so he took over that. Before that, he wasn't doing nada, and since he don't have that right now, I really don't think he has that much of an interest to maintain, right? But it could be one of them, and he knows it. Working man, saludos, igualmente, God bless you and family. Yeah, I actually met a real cool one in the feds. I will touch on him on PO. Thank you, Anway. Yeah, I think we 2006. Mm. Had he been in the shoe, Harvey? Cause when I was with Stretch, it was 2003 in Corcoran Shoe. If not, then we're speaking about two different ones. OC. Oh, you were there. You know exactly what I'm speaking of. I think they're just, but again, that's not my business. But he's smart. He's smart enough to know that. I don't know if he would come out like that. Oh, I didn't have the pleasure on Peanut one way. Pio, I honestly don't think so. But again, I don't wish nobody to be locked up regardless how much I dislike. And you're on the look at Pio's message, everyone. The guy I was saying that from Nella that I spoke on, I just don't wanna, Yeah, Harvey. Then it was him. He was a good dude. James, I heard of, I don't know if they were AC. I met one that had double nationality when it came to membership, right? And then I know of a couple that they were members in Cali and they moved out to Arizona, excuse me. But they weren't originally from out there. They got pulled out there. The young one, oh, I know he became. Damn, saludos. Huh. Pio, it's it's real obvious. Kevin, I don't think he will ever do it. I think he's stringing them along too. Okay, yeah, I never got that personal with him, Harvey, to be honest. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yakov, I don't even think he's around no more. Arturo, good night. Thank you. Everyone, please hit the like button on PO. He's gone. Yeah, that's the real question. But you know why, Agent Orange? The Federicos, the Federicos, they protect all that. Thank you, Arturo. But everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go because it's that pain. I talk to you guys a lot. Like if I maintain one position for a long time, it starts feeling like it's breaking. Me too, Harvey. I really do. Anti-atrophy, Kevin. I met him. He was still a camarada. He was good. I heard he was good gente even as a pili. I already changed when he hit the main line, but again, I didn't have the wiggle to be with him on the main line, right? Thank you, Pio. Oh, before I leave, I do want to say something, and I say this with the utmost respect, right? On the video I did on Toro and Güero Verde, I seen Sneaky commented on the video. It wasn't his name, but well, I'll just say I know, right? Through his writing, and I'll just say this. I've always said it with everyone, right? There's different angles of looking on every issue, right? And his angle as his Selly is never gonna be my angle doing things with Toro, right? I was on a personal tip with Toro, so I know that out. It's sad to say that Güero Verde wasn't going to share with Sneaky everything he was doing, right? To maintain power, get power at the most. But I'll just end like this, right? to Sneaky. I heard a lot of great things about him personally from Pilis Camaradas. And again, my view on Güero Verde will never be the same view he had as a Celi, because like he said, I was his friend. I'll be honest with you, even if I thought Pili was real cool gente, the only one even close to for a friend, to me, friend is a strong word, right? Was Raul, and he was definitely different in every way. But again, we're different, right? But I just want to say to Sneaky, my respects. I know you're out. Just heard you just got married not too long ago. It's a blessing, brother. Enjoy it. Again, my point of view is my personal point of view. And hey, Sneaky, I know a lot of people say this, and that about me, but you know exactly who I am, bro. Just my tags, they've been the same since 99. So you know exactly who I am, right? But my respects to you, to family, enjoy freedom. Sorry, everyone. Exactly, the government. William Jacko's dead. Jacko's been dead. Well, muy buenas noches. Hope everything's well. Kevin, thank you. Sorry about that, everyone. I just seen that on Sneaky, and I know it's his friend. That's the last thing, someone that I've known nothing but good of to feel offended because it's my angle, right? Again, my view wasn't going to be the same dealing with the outskirts of things he was doing as his being Güero Verde's Celly, right? Good night, Kevin. Hope you and family have a great week. Is it hot out there? Anyways, everyone, I'm going to let you guys rest. Thank you guys for giving me some time tonight. I know it's Sunday, everybody has to go to bed early because Monday, right? That favorite day of the week. But do know I send my love, prayers to everyone. Cool Granddaddy, I was just going to send you a text to see if you were right. I send my love, my respects to you as family. It's always great to hear from you. Jay, thank you for that. Yeah, Triple A, my boy, everyone. You know that pain. Every time I stand like this is where I tell you guys I gotta put that shot, to help ease it because it really gets bad. But again, I send my love, prayers to everyone. Muy buenas noches. Cool Granddaddy, thank you again for that. Muy buenas noches, everyone. Agent Orange, I'm gonna send an email tonight. Gracias again, everyone. Cool Granddaddy again, my love in full. Buenas noches.